Hello, Papercut here with a replay review of BHawk123. BHawk posted on the AoE4 Reddit. Someone checked this game against the Malians. I'm playing Order of the Dragon. Would love some advice. One, excited about this one because I have been basically playing Order of the Dragon nonstop since the expansion came out. For some reason, Order of the Dragon really speaks to me. I didn't expect it to, but I'm really excited to finally get to review someone's gameplay who is Order of the Dragon. BHawk here is a gold player. Love our gold players. Largest group of players. And I'm excited to see how we can help him get better. He's here playing against the Malians. Now, before I hop into this, Malians is usually is a really good civ. And Order of the Dragon is considered not a good civ. And so I could argue against the cows come home against. I think Order of the Dragon is actually sneakily very good civ. It's just so weird to play. And in fact, I remember the Malians first came out, people were not too sure about them until they kind of figured them out. Now Malians is considered one of the best civs, and I think against really high-level civs like the Malians, as Order of the Dragon, you have to play a little bit differently. I'm going to explain more. I'm going to first, of course, watch BHawk and see what he's doing and give advice, but also kind of give my thoughts on, in this matchup, what's the best thing to do. Let's get into it. First, small adjustment scouting BHawk. I would have you go to center and then either go left or right. Reason being is that you want to try to maximize and make efficient your scouting early in the game. So you should go straight out to the center. You know what the center is because it's just the opposite of where you started. And your opponent, if they're good, will also come out in the center, and you guys will then go opposites of each other. So your goal should be to get to the middle. There's usually, especially in Dry Arabia, but most maps, something in the middle. You would then cut down, go back and make kind of a half circle loop back to your base, drop off your first sheep, then you loop back, and basically get the rest of the map in your second loop and end up at your opponent's base by the time they are aging up, so you kind of know what they're going to do. So you guys had to go early deer. I am hesitant about this just because you have to walk so far to set it up. On maps where the deer is very close, go for it. Like Hideaway is what that map's called, where it's really close and it's like a really long map. And the deer spawn like right next to your base, sure. Hillendale, sure. This is kind of far. And not only that, if you're going to do this, you need to make it efficient. Having your deer all the way over here is a huge walking distance. What I would have done is that when I dropped the mill, first what I had done is when you're walking your villagers down, shoot two of the deer with your villagers, because when they shoot together, the deer won't run away, and then you place the mill near those two deer, so it's really, really efficient. And then what you do is you keep checking, and if a deer ever walks close to the mill, you take two villagers and shoot at that deer at the same time, so as much as possible, the deer are near. The other thing you can do is wait until your scout comes back, and then have your scout push in the deer, where you basically run your scout at the deer, the direction you want it to go. It pushes into the mill, and then you kill it. It is nice to get out of the way early, and you're kind of saving sheep for when things get dangerous, but without wheelbarrow, I don't know if it's worth it. And even then, you should probably just go ahead and get survival techniques to make the gathering even faster. Good catching the sheep here, but this means you can just do a really wide scouting pattern because you don't have to worry about getting your food back. No, I'd keep going. All the way around. So the question is, against the Malians, what do you want to do? You know what they're going to do. Almost every Malian player now does a cow boom. The cow boom is set up by allowing them to get wood and gold, and they want to start getting those cows down, and then they're going to zerg units at you in late feudal or castle. So to me, the key of fighting the Malians is you either match them eco to eco, which is pretty hard, so you would go immediate second TC, or your other plan is you need to get at their gold immediately. I do not like this Archon. Here's the reason why. Your Aachen Chapel needs to be safe. Hypothetically, your Aachen Chapel would later be a drop-off for your farms. That's why usually you drop the Aachen Chapel somewhere back here. Like, this would have been a good spot for your Aachen Chapel. You got berries, wood, and then you could set the farms here. Even this would have been okay, because you would have gotten gold, and you could have got the deer, gold, and the wood here, and then you could have set up farms here. Putting this here is just inviting it to get raided. I get why you're kind of doing this. Oh, wood, deer. I can push deer into it. But the problem is that you're playing this like your roost. You're playing this like this is a tower. It's not. This can be easily raided, easily attacked, especially by a Malian player who's going to get out units a lot. You need this to be safer. Two, as someone who plays a lot of Order of the Dragon, I've messed around with both. I'm a big Mindwork believer. I believe in the Mindwork, one, because the few special upgrades in the Mindwork are really important. But 2, getting your upgrades immediately makes your tanker units even tankier, and you need every advantage of your units in these early fights. And so I'm a big believer in the mine work. I don't think the 10% Aachen is that worth it. But this is a dangerous spot. You need to put this in a safer position than this. I'd also age up with 3 villagers. And you have no on gold. So we want to discuss macro here. Macro is how you split your villagers based on the goal you have in mind. What is your goal command here? Are you going to try to attack immediately? I suggest you do. That means you need food. And depending on what unit you run, I'm guessing you either want to do Gilded Spearmen, Archers, or Horsemen. You need wood. Right now you have 11 on food. You have already 500 food. This is way too much food. You won't be able to produce enough units because you don't have the wood or the gold to do so. So in this case, you should probably have, and this is the thing about Order of the Dragon villagers, they gather so much faster. You really feel it. You have to be careful on your numbers because you could quickly spiral one resource way more than the other, even more so than on other civs. So what I suggest is you do, on the age up, you do 5 or 6 on food, the rest on wood, and have 2 on gold so you can get upgrades. Because right now you're going to struggle to get out units consistently with your current unit split. And you're still rallying to food. You have too much. And the way you ask yourself this is you pause, every minute check your resource and go, oh, I have way too much food. Like, I don't need this much food. I need other things. I shouldn't be rallying to food. And you have to ask yourself this constantly. What's my goal? What resources do I need for that goal? I should be fixing that right now. And you have to be careful. You knew where his base was. Losing the scout's really big. But you did notice he's dropping a stable. So he's going to want to try to... Let's reload here. And once again, this is... The thing about the Aachen is this is... you want to be efficient as possible with your villagers. This is efficient because your villagers are walking right into the Aachen Chapel. This is not efficient. They're going to walk all the way back. Drop a mill here and then push the deer in. But you need to wall this up. This is so exposed. He could send in any unit and just push out all of your villagers. You're also not making villagers right now. You can't forget to make villagers. Always be checking to make villagers. But notice, you have 1,000 food that you can't spend. You can't do anything with it. Because you don't have any other resource. Without gold, you can't get any upgrades. So make sure you have a more even resource split based on what you're trying to accomplish here in the early game. See what I mean? Look how much eco damage he just did to you. He ran a sofa in. He didn't even kill any of your villagers. But you had to run them all back. This is all wasted time. Especially because you don't have wheelbarrow, which you need to get wheelbarrow immediately as Order of the Dragon coming into feudal. This is such a waste of resources. The walk back. It really hurts. And he did that with one sofa. But once again, you can't produce any units really. This wall's nice, but it's a little late. Finish the wall all the way down. And then this is actually really juicy once you finish that wall, but dangerous. Very dangerous. I would have connected it all the way down and got this berries and this wood too. But your economy just screams inefficiency. How much you have moved your villagers around, how much the movement they have to go to collect resources, and your lack of eco upgrades, wheelbarrow being the biggest one, is really holding you back here. Like at the 8-minute mark, you could have way more units out. And here's the problem. You should have actually made another scout. Reason being, you have no idea what he's doing. Is he rushing his cows up and going castle? Is he massing a force? You are playing blind here. He's going to radio sofas. So here's the thing. If you know he has cavalry and you're not completely closed in, you need to leave 1 or 2 spearmen on your resources if they're away from the TC. So make sure you keep like 1 or 2 villagers, not villagers, spearmen, put them on patrol near where your exposed resources, or put up a tower. Because you know he has horsemen. The second he does that, you got to protect your stuff. Second, your building units, are you going to attack? You need to be aggressive at this point. You can't let the Malians sit here and just boom up. You should be, at this point, you have enough units. You need to go, especially with Order of the Dragon. So when you have 2 spearmen and a horseman, or 2 horsemen, go. Get across the map and start burn. You need to burn his gold. Look at where his gold is all in one spot. This is prime for you to do something about this. What's also unfortunate is that you haven't scoured the rest of the map, because a big thing of Order of the Dragon is you have to cut off resources, and this is true for any Civ. You have to cut off resources, and to do that, you have to ask yourself where they're going to have to go. The Malians, once they get their cow boom up, can really stay tight in their base and not leave a lot. So your best time to attack is early when they have to protect their gold mines, and they have to make sure they have the gold to make their cows to do their cow boom. So you're kind of sitting here and letting him do what he wants without punishing him at all. He lost that sofa, but he killed a villager. He slowed your eco, and he made you distracted. You're now way behind on making villagers, and your military is also sitting here. Which, if you can make more than 2 of a unit for OTD, you need to drop more production. With how important every unit is for Order of the Dragon, every one of your units is so powerful and so important that to get them out efficiently is even more important than any other Civ. So 1, you need to have a blacksmith out and get upgrades, but 2, if you can make 2 of a unit, get down another production building. Because getting out 2 of those units could literally swing a fight as opposed to having them one at a time. Okay, go. You gotta go right now. You gotta get in. Great. Push him off. Don't lose him. Sweet. And then this is vital. And here's the thing. Surprise, he's on Donzo's. You didn't know this. All you knew was that he had a barracks. But since you didn't scout, and when you lost your scout, you didn't go and scout again, even send a horseman in early, you had no idea he's done this massive Donzo switch. Okay, micro. You should win this fight easy. Look at the stats. Look at his Donzo. Look at your Gilded Spearman. 80 more health. You do 4 more damage. What needed to happen is, you have to ask yourself, what is my weakest unit in this fight? Especially if you're not good at micro. Your weakest unit in this fight is your Gilded Horseman. Because if they get stabbed by a Donzo, that hurts really bad. Ouchie. So when this fight popped off, you should have... What I do is, I double-click on a unit, which then gathers all of that unit into a control group. And I'm moving my Horseman. I back my Horseman out, and you just let your Spearmen fight. And your Spearmen will either, 1, jump on their Javelin throwers, and their Donzos will be forced to walk back and get them, or their Donzos will turn to engage your Gilded Spearmen, and then you move the Horsemen back onto their Javelin throwers, and then move onto them. And let your because your Gilded Horsemen will do 30 damage a pop against them. Look at this. It will take 3 hits to kill one of them. 3 hits. So all you need to... But you don't micro, so you lose. And your micro is so important for Order of the Dragon because your units are so expensive. But look. Nice. But I want you to look at this. Look how much he has up now. He already has up 5 cattle ranches. Almost full. And he's made military. And that's because it's taken you so long to get online. It's taken you so long to get into his base. So now you have to punish this. No, Beautiful. Get on the gold right now. Good. Destroy the gold mine. Destroy the pit mine. No, you gotta destroy the pit mine right now. You actually have 2 options here. You've won the engagement. He has no military. You have to do damage right now. You're streaming units across the map. This is your time to shine here. You still have no on gold. My guy, you've got to get gold. You need these upgrades. Wheelbarrow would have paid for itself and more by now. You need to get down a lumber camp, and get the wood chopping upgrade. But also look at this. Think about what you're running. And once again, we're checking our resources. I'm trying to get spearmen and horsemen out. A lot of them. And you're trying to get... Okay, archers, great. Gilded archers are amazing. But how are your resources looking? Do you need this much wood? Do you need 10 on wood? Until you want to start doing a farm transition, you don't need 10 on wood. You need more food. So I would have pulled 3 villagers off wood. I would have, 1, used some of this wood to build more production, 1 more stable, 1 more barracks, and then would have put them on food. You have the map control, so I would send 5 to the boar, 6 to the boar, 6 to the other boar. And use that while you can, while you have map control. But back on this. If you notice your opponent is this much ahead economically, but you have the military advantage, you have to do damage. So I would have ran my... and 1, this is when it's great to get this Dragonfire upgrade, for this moment. You run your units in, and you destroy 2, 3 cattle ranches, and then quickly kill the cows, and you've ruined his food economy instantly. So either kill these ranches or kill this mine. You gotta do something. Oh, get those villagers. But here's the thing. Talk about upgrades. You know you would have had with a mine work? One, you need a Barrett blacksmith, but you know what I got with a blacksmith? What'd you spend all that wood on? You cute. Okay. This is... Look how inefficient this is. This will take so long. You've used all your extra wood. It would have been better if you had just dropped a second archery range and then done all those archers through that. I do like how you're rallying forward towards the fight, though. Really good job. But you need to take a second and look at your home base and figure out what you need to do next. You're about to run out of food. Move them out. Get these boar while you have the map control. If you're afraid of getting raided, that's why I do 5. I do 5 with a tower, and you're gathering from the boar. But you had this game right here. This is a winning moment for you, and you're not going to probably because you didn't macro your resources well enough early on. You should be rolling this guy at this point. But you want, and I also think your lack of black, even if you don't want to do mine work, you want to do Aachen, you have to get on a blacksmith and you have to get your upgrades. You have to get your upgrades. Because one, an arrow defense would make your horseman super tanky. Your horseman could freaking dive right now under the TC and go kill villagers if they had the arrow defense upgrade. 2, if you've been getting gold, you could be getting early gilded men at arms, and what the mine work does, you can get that steel caress, which makes them tankier when they're lower health, and you can dive. I love diving into the TC with early gilded men at arms because they take so much damage. At this point, killing this doesn't matter anymore. You gotta kill these ranches or go kill villagers. He probably has a second pit mine set up somewhere too. No, he never did a second pit mine? That's wild. But look, he's just sitting here. He has no units. If you walk in on him right now, he's dead. Just walk in on him. Be aggressive. You have so many units. Okay. This is what I mean. No, get it. Okay, no. Okay. When you see them start aging up, run on this shit. Horseman id. He already has 13 in the he already has 13 and 5 in there. Just run in and kill these villagers. Do not let him get this age up happening. And get men at arms at this point. I'm serious. Men at arms should be diving this, and your archer should be killing him too. Get in. Please attack these villagers. Yeah, what's the blacksmith? Oh, it's okay. And let me guess, you're gonna walk away. I hope not. I hope you don't walk away. I hope you sit here and just keep pressure. What are we waiting for? Okay. So you're still doing, and here's the thing about nice about Odor the Dragon is even if they hit castle, you can still mess around in castle. But look what I predicted. I said that you were going to lose once you started running out of food. You're out of food. You have 1,000 wood. Because you took these food villagers and in the heat of the moment sent them onto wood. And I get why. You also made a bunch of farms with 2 villagers. Yeah, here's the thing you can't do. You can't make a bunch of farms with only 2 villagers. Make the amount of farms that you've gathered villagers for. Because I'm guessing you're going to forget to move these villagers. But also, you still have so many resources on the map. Berries, this boar. Something I noticed at this level is that you tend to not use the resources past your initial base area resources. This boar is 2,000 food. That's so much food. Use the food. And 2, you have to kind of think, oh, I'm starting to run out of my food around here. Yeah, I'll put 10 on wood, and I'll start adding farms with my villagers. Put them on berries, and then every once in a while, add 2 more farms. But since you didn't think about the food ahead of time, your attack is going to stall. 2, the second he hit castle, you had to get in, because now, look, let's kind of watch how the order of decisions is leading you to a loss, where you should have won. 1, when you walked up, if you had killed if you started attacking these ranches, he can't age up. If he does age up, he doesn't get food. 2, if you dove and kept attacking villagers and backing out, he wouldn't have the villagers to age up. But he did get to age up, and he does have his ranches. So now he's going to eat this free food, and he's going to pump units and just wear you down, is my guess. And here's another thing. I know I'm kind of stream of consciousness this, but without a blacksmith, if you had a blacksmith when you walked up here and you got engineering and you dropped 2 rams and it had the rams just attack the ranches, he had no units to stop you. He honestly had no units to stop you. And for those of you who don't know, cattle ranches for the Malians. Ranches, they put cows in them. The cows cost gold. These cows produce free food for them, and this landmark increases that food by a lot. So now they're just getting a whole bunch of food. So what you need to do is make sure they don't get any more gold. You have 3 gold. Because if they have food, that's great, but they don't have any resources, they can't do anything with it. You have to keep them off this gold mine, and you walked away. So now I'm afraid they're just running onto the gold right now. My suggestion, you should have kept 2 units here to know if they went back to the gold. Let's check. Boom, they're back on the gold. Do you know what I mean? And since you didn't scout, you didn't know that the next closest gold... Oh, look over here. Look at this. You know they had to go get gold. If you had scouted the map and seen the big gold, you could have sent a horseman over here earlier and caught him setting this up. So that's kind of a key idea. If you have an enemy stuck in their base, you know they need resources, you have to have scouted the map and then ask yourself, where do they need to go? Send a horseman there. Oh, there's a gold mine across the map. I'm going to send a horseman there. Because if they're desperate, they will send villagers out there and Hail Mary get resources. Check his resources because he needs gold. And this seems to me like I don't really know what to do next. So you finally got, what, 29 farms? We rolling? Go on berries, man. It's okay to go on berries. When you have this much of a resource split, this is you drop a market and age up immediately. You drop a market, age up. And then mass units and going again. Get relics too. Relics are huge for you. But this is sad because what you've done is you did neither. You didn't age up, nor did you keep making units. So instead you have a bunch of resources and not good units, and you don't have enough units to fight. And he's going to walk in on you right now and kill you. Alright. So, what we saw there early on was the power of the Order of the Dragon, where you were able to fight unit on unit combos and just wear them down and take advantage, even with kind of a rocky start. That should have allowed you to win this game. Instead, you didn't win the game. So, let's talk about why. My big thing is, here's what I'm going to say to my big things. 1, tighten up the scouting. Make sure you don't lose your scout. If you lose it, build another one. Scout the entire map. And ask yourself, where are the resources they're going to have to go? Especially based on their civ. So, if Malians, they need gold. Because they want to do a cow boom. 2, so that's the first thing you need to tighten up on. 2, resource splits. Or just headline resources. Let's subcategorize some of this. First, safe resources. If you want to do Aachen, put it in a safe spot around your base. Do not YOLO out of the base. If you want to do deer, that's fine. But make sure the deer are close to the mill so it's efficient. And I would suggest once again doing my work. Use the resources across the map. Once you've taken map control, use that to go out and move your villagers onto different resources and get those resources. And get your eco upgrades earlier. Order of the Dragon especially, you need wheelbarrow, you need your early eco upgrades. But even then, constantly asking yourself, what's my goal? I want to fight in feudal. What resources do I need? I need a lot of food, some wood, some gold. Split your villagers accordingly. And as you play more games, you'll get the feeling of what that is, what that right split is. But you had way too much. You kept on vacillating between way too many villagers on one resource. 3, as the game continues, ask yourself, am I running out of food? Like when you check your base and you see you're starting to run out of food, send some villagers off to a farther resource. Send some villagers off to another. Put a few more villagers on wood and start building farms slowly. So you're not all of a sudden out of food. Because the way you lose is you're pushing, and then you run out of food and you can't make units and you die, which is what happened to you. 3, aggressiveness. Targeted aggression. I give this suggestion to all low elo players is be overly aggressive early on. Teach yourself what it means to be aggressive, because someone who's good at being aggressive is really hard to beat. You had the advantage, you killed the pit mine, and you just stopped. No, I'm going to go kill these cattle ranches. That's their main eco base. I'm going to send my horsemen on another raid into their wood line and kill villagers. I see they're getting up on their age up. I'm gonna YOLO in and kill these villagers. I can't let them get the age up. And lastly, oh my gosh, I had it and I lost it. I'm sorry. Lastly, micro. When in a fight, ask yourself, what's the unit that I need to control and protect because it's in danger? It's usually going to be your horsemen if you're playing against spearmen, or it's going to be your archers if you need to target fire with your archers. So make sure on those fights, because the guild and with Order of the Dragon, you have to protect your units with good micro. Besides that, man, I saw a lot of good things. You built a good economy. You're going in. It's just finishing the game. Siege engineering, go in, but like keep that aggressiveness, because I think where Order of the Dragon actually shines is being aggressive and keeping the pressure on. If you sit back and play too defensive, you're going to get eaten alive. You got to get units out, beat them early, and then snowball your unit advantage to keep the pressure on. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Ask any follow-up questions. I'd love to answer them. If you like some personal coaching, I do one-on-one paid coaching. If you're interested in that, reach out to me on Discord. The description will be in the description of the video. And good luck on your future games.